The Tech Disruptors podcast is proudly brought to you by channel sponsors, The Average Dad Tech Store and Stellar Data Recovery. Now, on to the show.
My left video just went viral.
I'ma strike back and take your whole empire. Spontaneous combustion. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tech Disruptors podcast. My name is Darren, and we have a lovely co-host, this guy over here.
Jason.
And this other regular co-host, this guy over here.
Hey, everybody. I'm Devin.
And we're back once again. We're all back together once again.
I know.
Okay.
Last week, unfortunately, through a baseball-related incident, I was unable to make the show. Not for me personally, but everyone's fine.
They suffered with me and Joe. They suffered, but they got through.
Yeah,
it.
so Joe, Jason, and we had
Zach
from
Yes.
Android Digest. Really good show. Good job, Jason. Thank you for running the man in the helm, steering the ship, if you will. But we're back, and I don't know about you guys, but I know it's been a week since I did this, but holy shit, were there a lot of tech stories this week?
Oh my god, things
like
are blown
it just
up.
keeps coming one after the other, and then we hit Father's Day, and I was like, oh, this is just nuts. But
Yeah.
so we got a lot to talk about today, and a pretty big run here. But I want to kind of start with something you might have heard about today. And Jason brought this to my attention. So if you were going to be the president of the United States,
Mhm.
and you were going to, change the world for the better,
Sure.
what would you bring in to make the US a better place? If you could just pick one thing, Jason, one ideal, one concept, what would you pick?
I'd probably work with the other countries in the world to bring about world peace.
Right.
We all work together. That might work. I mean,
Fair point.
See,
I mean,
I think that's a great one. I'd probably go with like NFT trading cards or, I think that's something that people can really get behind.
You're going more towards the personal gain side.
Yes.
No. This is completely, for the community. You think about like these trading cards,
community,
and you think about like just honestly, everybody that buys these are probably going to be super rich, right?
Hold on. I think Trump has cards, doesn't he? Or maybe not now. Maybe he had them before he was. Yeah, maybe before.
Are you talking about a Trump card?
Jesus.
You're welcome.
I was hoping someone would say something, but
yeah, you're right. Anyway, so this is a story that broke today. This is breaking news on the Tech Disruptors podcast.
I already pre-ordered.
Donald Trump, and we can't even make this shit up. I just want to explain to people at home who are listening, and especially people that are not living in the United States. Donald Trump is releasing his own.
Well, no, the family, Donald Trump and his family,
are licensing a smartphone, I guess is the way to describe it. A device. They call it a device here.
No, it's not just a device. It's also a service. It's a mobile plan. It's $4.99 device, and you can reserve it now for $100. And here's what's funny. If you keep reading, I think it's this website. I can't remember where I saw it. It's $47.45 a month because he's the 45th president.
Oh my goodness!
And isn't 47 one of his numbers on his hat? Don't they mean something?
Something
he's
like
the 46th and the 47th president.
Right. So that's what I meant. 47 and 45. That's why he's.
I think it's interesting that he didn't go 45, 47. Doesn't 45?
Yeah, doesn't that sound better, cheaper?
Because $47 is more money.
Exactly.
So I need to get some more information.
I wasn't going to say it, but
Yeah. So, what is the device? Like, what
it's a mid-range phone. I had it pulled up here on another website.
I mean, clearly it is an
here's the specs.
iPhone,
6.78 inch AMOLED display with a punch hole for a camera, 120 refresh rate, 3 cameras in the back, a 50 megapixel camera with a 2 megapixel depth camera, and a 2 megapixel macro lens. a 16 megapixel selfie camera, a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. The Trump Mobile website actually says 5,000 milliamp long life camera instead of battery. 256 gigabytes of storage, 12 gigs of RAM. Fingerprint sensor in the screen with face unlock, USB Type-C, headphone jack, and Android 15. There is nothing it says about what kind of processor it is. It's The Verge did something on this, and the headline says, the Trump Mobile T1 phone looks both bad and impossible.
Okay, so...
Do you remember the Escobar phone? That's what I thought this was.
Thank you. That's the first thing that came to mind when I saw this. And I'm going to pull that up too so you can kind of see what
Holy crap, that looks like a rip-off of an iPhone. Isn't that terrible?
It
looks like the worst AI generated.
Can I tell you something, Devin?
Rip-off possible.
Me and Devin live in the US, and whether you're a Trump fan or not, a lot of the things that he touches sells really well, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot like the Trump shoes, the Trump Bible, the Trump coin, all these things have made him money or he wouldn't have been selling them. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them, I want to say MAGA, just Trump fans in general, buy this and pay $47.45. Yeah.
I can't wait for my dad to text me asking about this and like the explanation that I'm going to have to give him for this.
Like, what do you say? Like, how do you describe this device? Like the T1? Like, that's what they fucking called this phone.
Terminator T1.
Yeah, honestly, like this is a T1000 here. Now, okay, so is it made of gold? Like, what do we know about this thing here? Like, besides the fact that it's, I don't know, it looks like a gold bar. Is this going to be some shitty brushed aluminum, gold-colored, lightweight Android?
Okay, it's $499 with a $100 deposit. It's not going to be real gold for $499.
Please tell me you're buying one, Jason. Please tell me. Please.
Here's the problem with it. I wouldn't mind trying to get the phone just because it's a Trump phone. It's kind of funny. Yeah. But I'm not paying $47.45 a month when I can pay $25 a month on Google Fi. It's just not.
You're gonna unlock that shit easily. You go on any website, you're gonna be able to.
Oh no, Trump is very tech savvy. He probably has that thing locked down.
Yeah. So it's so bizarre. Like, it's so weird that he's doing this. I found
the website, Trump Mobile USA. Oh, this is great. What?
Yeah,
this isn't real. No, that's not real. That's not the right website. Don't look that up. That is not right.
So just to kind of like rewind a second here. So you may have heard us mention just a second ago the Escobar phone.
Yes.
Now, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, a few years ago, this man here, or the company behind this,
he's dead.
Inc. I should say, sorry, released a affordable foldable phone, branded the Escobar Fold 2.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially it was a shell company rebranding the Samsung Fold 2 with a shitty gold leaf plating on the outside and selling it as a tax deduction, I'm going to assume, or something like that.
But it was also a scam.
It was 100% a scam. A lot of people didn't get the phone.
MKBHD got it. Some of the big YouTubers got it, which got everyone else to jump on the website. And I think it was like $8.99 or $9.99. Yeah. And the ads were like girls in bikinis setting fire on the same phone, and the exact same phone, just not the gold plated version of it. Yeah. They were burning iPhones too, I believe, on a grill or something. Yeah. It was really bad. To
absolutely pull up this because I think this is funny as shit you're ever.
You're pulling the commercial up, aren't you?
I am absolutely. So
I'm trying to look for this Trump Mobile website.
So for those of you who were unfortunate enough to not get the Escobar phone, I am not joking when I play this. This legitimately was the ad for the Escobar Fold 1 and Fold 2, very similar.
Bought one already. Jesus. Come on.
I'm just going to stop it there. I don't want to get done for copyright there.
Hold on. Just a heads up. So the Trump family not only has this mobile device, they have a Trump meme coin.
Yes.
Trump sneakers and Trump guitars. I didn't know about the guitars.
Are they building like a Best Buy? Like what is happening? Like, are they creating?
Oh, here's the website. I finally found the official website. It's the 47 plan. Only 40. I'm sorry. I can't even read it with a straight face. The landing page.
Yeah.
Unlimited talk and text. Groundbreaking. There's no contract. You can cancel anytime. Free SIM kit with shipping. So it's not free. You can bring your own phone if you want. So if you don't want the Trump T1, you can bring Devin. You can bring your iPhone or your OnePlus 13, and it's 47. You found it too. Look at that. Look how professional that guy looks on the Trump.
That looks like what's that? That guy's Vance. Is it Vance? He looks like
maybe,
Vance?
or his son, maybe.
Or his son, maybe.
I love the one bullet point that was like free calling to up to over 100 other countries. Specifically where there's a lot of U.S. military bases, so you can keep in contact with the ones who serve. It's like, why do you have to make that distinction that it's not call
unlimited calls to Australia?
Can I ask you a question? Do you ever, Darren? I don't know if Canada does this. I know in the U.S. they have those ads for medications, and it's like someone canoeing, and it's like, oh, I have herpes, but they're like canoeing. Scroll down this website. There's a dude just. Sorry. Scroll down over there. Look. That's like a Carvana clip. I mean, come on.
Could it be any whiter? Like, I just want to just take a moment here. Like, the website's white. Every actor on this website is white. And I largely, how would we put it? Generic American looking.
Well, here's even better. I hit pre-order now, and it says specifications, processor and RAM, storage, 12 gigabytes. Doesn't even say anything about it says processor, but it doesn't list a processor on here.
So okay,
so it's $499. 100. Yeah. Here's the status. It's $499, $100 down payment. Status coming soon.
Wow.
Devin's buying 3 of them.
Yeah. Now, okay, so let me ask you something here. Like, forgive my ignorance and maybe my Canadianness here for a second. Who's taking the money from this?
The Trump family.
So it goes back to Trump.
Well, it's his family. He's got a family. I'm sure it goes back to him at some point. Maybe not while he's a president, but once he's done. All these things are making the Bible. Well, I don't know. It's hard to explain because I think when he was on the campaign trail, it was different. I don't know. But I can tell you right now, that looks like the biggest scam I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah. And if you purchase that for $500, I will.
Be crazy.
I could sell you a phone. You know what? I'll sell you the CMF Phone 2 Pro for $500, and it's probably better than that phone. Actually, I know it's going to be better than that phone. Mm-hmm. So give me your money, and I'll send you a better phone.
I just don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. Like I know. So for those of you who are tuning in, maybe you just join us now. We're talking about the Donald Trump T1 phone that he is now releasing with his own cell phone plan.
I forgot to say this though.
Yeah.
The big thing is it's made in the U.S.
Of course.
So if we send it to Darren or anybody else outside the U.S., there'll be a tariff price on it, I'm sure.
For sure.
It literally says processor and RAM. Storage. 12 gigabytes of RAM.
Isn't that funny?
That's all.
That's a scam. That's a scam.
All we need. So listen, for those of you from the Trump family that might be listening, the Tech Disruptors will happily rock this phone for 1 month. If you will send us out a sample.
I will rock that thing forever. I'll be the most popular person in my town.
Honestly, the other thing that I immediately think when I see this is you were worried about Chinese phones tracking you and listening. Really?
Devin, this is not a Chinese phone. It's made in America.
I know.
Chinese components.
Americans would never spy on anybody. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay, so we could rip on this because of the political stuff
we could
all day long. Just the fact that I've never seen a sitting president. I'm sure presidents have made money off books but I mean, usually it's after their presidency. He is taking full advantage of his president. And if that's legal and he's doing it the right way, more power to you, I guess. I don't know. I just, I'm not very old. I'm only 21. in my 21 years here on Earth, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
Pablo Escobar
just-
has done it again.
Pablo Escobar did a hell of a better job.
The Escobar Fold 2.
Can I just preference everyone listening here live and in the future podcast who can't see what we're showing? Do not buy these products. I don't want to say don't buy the Trump phone. From what we've seen so far, the details are pretty murky. And when you see a scam, you see a lot of errors on the websites, no dates. That thing had multiple errors, very murky on when it's going to be released. Hold your money. Buy something you know is legit. I know I'm not always a big Apple fan, but at least Apple will deliver a real product, except for their charging pad. For the most part, they deliver their product. Okay. And same with Samsung, Google, unless Samsung catches on fire. But people make mistakes. But
relatively safe.
that thing there's no way it's going to look like that. It's going to be like bright yellow, banana yellow colored. It's going to be all plastic.
I'm going to be honest with you. I never understood the appeal of a gold phone, even the iPhone. I know people love that gold shimmery thing. Remember it was like the iPhone around like the iPhone 10.
Didn't you ever watch Michael Myers? Goldfinger? Or not Goldfinger, Goldmember? Is it Goldmember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Goldmember. Yeah.
It's gold.
I know. I don't get it. So the Trump T1 phone, all of you people that live in the US, please let us know what it's like.
Not just US, everywhere. Purchase this thing.
Honestly, I honestly don't think I'd be able to order it. I'm going to try a little later on. I guarantee it's not coming.
Oh, it's going to be a big red flag. You are from Canada. You are not allowed to purchase. Sorry.
Buy the Trudeau phone.
He's not there anymore. It's somebody else now.
I don't even know who the fuck it is anymore. Carney? Yeah,
Carney, that's it. Yep.
So speaking of phones, I don't know if you guys have been noticing lately, but there's been a little bit of a trend on social media, especially among the younger generations, TikTokers and Snapchatters of the world. A lot of chat about BlackBerry. So I don't know if you've caught this lately, but a lot of the young people today have been rediscovering.
Devin's like, no.
I have not heard this.
I have not.
They've been rediscovering classic BlackBerry devices and have been shocked and posting videos about how user-friendly they are and how cool they are to a generation that maybe only knows touchscreen phones. And this has actually spiraled now into this. So a firm that owns some of the BlackBerry, I'm going to assume, what do you call the rights? The rights to BlackBerry. And this is not the company that released the Key 1 or Key 2, not that company.
It's not RIM. It's not Nokia, whoever owned them before. It's just a whole other.
So they've got a plan to essentially reuse the BlackBerry hardware of old, but update it with modern components and a modern system of Android, and re-release it. And I'm shocked at this, and I'm all for this, if I'm being honest. This is kind of what I think a lot of people wanted from BlackBerry to start with. This idea that let's get a company to do this. And so in this article, one of the things they talk about is the BlackBerry Passport, which you may remember is this lovely, chunky looking device. So this has kind of become like a bit of a cult phone among young people and I guess the generation after.
Here's my problem with this. It's a cult phone, but wouldn't most of the services not work anymore?
Well, no. So this is what this company's planning on doing. They want to rip the guts out,
right?
Throw in some modern components, upload Android 15 or 16 onto it, and re-release the same phone with maybe a better camera, maybe something a little bit fancier, I guess.
Can I be reality check here?
Yeah.
BlackBerry's been resurrected how many times now? And they failed every time. They're not going to make it. You can't compete with Apple, Google, Samsung, or every other company. I mean, how many companies have already bowed out? HTC, LG. I mean, it's just impossible.
Well, okay, so
go ahead.
Is there a market for it, right? So here's the thing.
A niche market.
I'm going to be honest with you.
When you say Gen Z to me, I see that. I'm like, well, why would Gen Z care about this?
Darren, I'm going to share something with you that's more likely to sell. But go ahead, Devin. I'm sorry.
I don't believe, unless you've got some hard data that says that Gen Z is interested in this. I really don't think they're interested in this. That to me is
I will get you some evidence here, bro.
This 100% is something that everybody in my circle, everybody that I know would be like, dude, that's such a great idea. Yeah, absolutely. Bring it back. And then when they do,
they won't touch it.
Single person actually wants to buy it.
This is a company called Unihertz. Unihertz has released a bunch of these phones. Unihertz makes some very unique niche phones, and that's where they make most of their money. And they're not usually very powerful or have very good updates. They're really known for their jelly, like the super small phones. This is coming out in June. They didn't give a specific date. I would be more likely to buy something like this because two reasons. It's going to be cheap, and it's going to work for a little while. I don't think BlackBerry is going to be able to be cheap because they're paying for that copyright, that registered name. I don't know. This sounds like something I'd be more interested in, but I don't know much about the specs and stuff because it's not been released. So.
Well, I don't want Devin to think I'm full of shit. So let me just.
Well, we are.
Yeah. So
New York Post. Come on. New York
Post. Now, hang on. Okay, give it a second. So they're talking here about how young people today are getting a little bit sick of the social media connectedness, and they're starting to gravitate towards retro phones, which it's so sad that we're calling the BlackBerry a retro phone. But
we are old. Oh, you are.
Yeah. And they've stumbled across this. I guess a lot of TikToks and videos out there. This is just one example here, but they're kind of reaching out and saying, "Hey, let's bring back, like the BlackBerry." Like here is an example. This is the BlackBerry Classic, which you may remember.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And this is a young TikToker, or I think that's TikTok, right? Yeah, TikToker, kind of like showing, like, here is, let me show you right here.
So they're trying to get rid of the social media aspects and things.
I think it's more of a detox.
So this company thinks that they're going to rip out the internals, put in brand new stuff, and make it run the exact same operating system.
No, it'll run Android.
No. It would be an Android. Yeah.
Okay.
So Devin, what did I just say? It's the Unihertz Titan 2. It's a rebranded. It looks like a BlackBerry, and it has Android on it.
So how is that going to help Gen Z detox from social media if it's a normal Android phone?
I think it's more it's like that. It's that generation where like, hey, we like the retro vibe, but they don't really know what they're even talking about.
I don't know what it means.
It's like, hey, I have a vinyl record player. Oh, good. I have a CD player.
Remember on a previous show of ours, we talked about how it might have been last year, people were buying iPhone 4s because they loved the retro grainy look of the photos. Like it was happening.
Okay, so and this is one of those things that somebody think they do once and they think that's awesome, and then they throw it away and then they don't care anymore. So I don't know, man.
So here's what I found out today.
I would love this as a service that you could just send in any old phone that you have and they will update it for you.
That'd be hard.
I would pay so much money though. Can you imagine? Like, dude, I would spend $800, $1,000 to send in like my old Nokia Windows phone for them to update it to be able to run Android 15 on it. Like, dude.
But here's my thing. What I've learned, here's what I've learned today. We'd all buy the T1 from Trump, the Trump T1.
Yeah.
But none of us are going to touch a BlackBerry.
Really? I'm going to be honest with you. The BlackBerry Key 2 is one of my top 3 favorite Android.
So Darren, I started with the G1. My first outfit. I mean, the Sidekick, I don't think you can consider it a smartphone really, but I guess it would. But the first like real true smartphone was the T-Mobile G1. That's the one I used. Before that, or maybe it was around the same time, or shortly after, the first BlackBerry I ever used was the Storm, which was all touchscreen. I never got into the physical keys. I mean, I know most feature phones had it, but I was never a BlackBerry or Palm user. But I did like the Storm, even though everyone else hated it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. I think Devin's onto something. Imagine like that service of sending in your old BlackBerry Key 2. They rip out the processor, put a newer one in, upgrade the RAM.
Well, you heard it here, guys. This is Tech Disruptors. We have a new service. Send your phones to Devin. Devin's going to update them for you.
You
surprise,
give me
Darren.
$1,000 and I will do my best to figure it out.
That is a really good idea, but that you'd have to have so many SKUs. Like you'd have to have hey, iPhone range from this year, Samsung from this, and maybe the Lumia phones.
You know what? To be honest with you, I wouldn't even navigate towards Samsung or Apple. I would go for those niche phones. I would go BlackBerry.
But you got to make money.
Like the Nexus 6, right? Like just those ones there, the ones that were like cult favorites. Start with those SKUs, and then kind of. I honestly think that's a fucking $1 million idea. Devin, let's go.
And I mean, you got to be able to find, get some standard board or something that's like the smallest board possible with a.
Where are you going to do this from? Where are you going to get those parts from? China? Because it's going to cost us more.
Not Canada. I'll import them. I'll send them to Denim.
Well, I got an idea.
I think we should just make them here, right?
Honestly.
Right.
That'd be the best way to do it.
We could do that, but if Trump can make a phone called the T1, the tech disruptors can make a phone too, right?
We'll call it the T2.
Well, we can't. The TD1. Tech disruptor. Yeah. It'll be badass. It'll be all black.
Absolutely. Yeah, all black.
I think just straight chrome is probably the better way to go.
I want a bronze phone. I want it to be bronze
not
and shiny.
silver.
Bronze bends. You know how soft bronze is? That's like the softest metal you could make a phone.
I want it to be flexible. I want a flexible screen too.
Jerry everything grabs the new phone and he's like bends it in half.
Okay, now speaking of foldables, thank you for this segue. So when I saw this story this week, I couldn't believe what I was reading. This is so far out of the world and realm of smartphones. I thought that there's no fucking way this is going to happen. So
I heard about this a long time ago. Yeah.
Vivo is releasing their X Fold 5, and it will be the first Android that will be compatible and work with an Apple Watch, integrate with an iPhone, and even a MacBook. I thought hell had frozen over. I thought fucking Tim Cook had died and Steve Jobs' fucking zombie body had come back.
Well, Darren,
I'm
pretty sure Apple's not involved with this. I think Vivo's got some magic software.
Some workaround,
but hold on. They said when the Vivo X200 Ultra came out, I was trying to get my Wear OS watch to work and it doesn't work. Yeah. They were talking about that update's coming to the Vivo the X200 Ultra too.
Yes.
Yeah, this headline reads to me the same way that all of the nothing headlines read when they said we've got iMessage.
Yeah.
Now. Like,
what was that stupid?
Well, technically,
website?
It's a bunch of Mac Minis running
Sunfire, Sunbird,
closet over here that you have to log into.
Hey, it actually, was it Telegram? What was the company? I used one of those, not Sunbird. I used one of them and it actually did work for a little while.
It did work for a little while. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I mean, it was working, but from what I read, it wasn't a great.
RCS was a better solution, obviously.
Yeah, it's funny how fast those apps went away, though, eh?
They disappear off the face of the earth.
See you later. Yeah.
So that's kind of how this I obviously have not read the article, but that's how this headline.
Well, and here's the thing: from what I understand, you can get an Apple Watch to work with all Android devices via Bluetooth to get like notifications, but a lot of the main stuff won't work. So I don't know how much more in depth you really need.
Now, hang on a second though, because so you remember OnePlus. So OnePlus 13, they have that feature that allows you to essentially do AirDrop with an Apple device.
Mm-hmm.
So is it really that crazy that another company, Vivo, who is probably got a lot more resources and a bit more money and backing because they tend to be a bigger phone in China?
Isn't Vivo, Oppo, and OnePlus all the same company under the same umbrella?
Well, I mean, so they've obviously tried it on the OnePlus and gone, this shit kind of works. What else can we connect up with Apple devices? And honestly, this could be like the beginning of something big. It may not work flawlessly.
Hey, Darren, hear me out here real quick.
Yeah.
So we know Chinese phones, like the one we have, natively do not support Google services, right?
No.
So maybe Apple's saying, hey, you don't support Google services. We're okay with you doing this because we don't care. You're not. That's probably the way around they're getting around it because they don't support Google services. So that's what's interesting. If we import these Chinese phones and install Google services, are we going to have limitations on that? That'd be interesting to know.
Can you imagine
the other?
Yeah.
I was going to say the other side of this is I could, to be honest, almost believe that Apple would be interested in doing something like this eventually. You think about things like the EU already pushing them to meet these standard requirements. Like when is going to be the day that the government and, whoever says that, no, you need to have your Apple Watch work with, Android, be an open standard. If they're just anticipating that day to come, maybe they just go preemptive and they're like, maybe we just make a bunch of money with this, license it out to certain companies that are going to pay for it. And then when the EU says, no, you need to make it an open standard, they can already argue back that, no, we've already made it open enough with these other companies over here making a bunch of money with it.
But here's my question. Don't we have better options than the Apple Watch anyways on the Android side?
Yeah, I don't know why you would make that choice at this point.
I mean, if you're an Android user, why would you want an Apple Watch? You're not invested in the ecosystem at all.
But I mean, listen,
you just like to spend money for your tech.
What the Apple Watch is the most popular smartwatch.
Then you buy the T1.
When is it? I was just gonna say, when is it going to be compatible with the T1?
Damn it! Oh,
when's the T1 watch coming out? Oh, the T1 watch. Could you imagine the Chinese ripoff that's going to be?
Oh, that's going to be original OnePlus watch. Remember how shit that was? That's what it's going to be.
What do they call that? The operating system on a chip, or what are they? RO? I forget.
It was terrible. It was the worst. Maybe like a CMF Watch 1.
Hey, no. Hold on.
No, sorry.
No, it's going to be $499 though. That's the
no. It can't be the same price as the watch or the phone. It's got to be $399 or $299.
You can probably make calls from it. So, yeah, another
Bluetooth.
Another $47.45 a month for the watch, and
but what you don't understand is
$499.
The Trump watch will support Bluetooth. No other watch in the world does that.
This is true.
It's going to be a heck of a watch. That's for sure.
Just telling you guys got to look at the records here.
I don't know. I will be honest with you. Like when I saw this, I know, all joking aside, there are a lot of people out there who would love to try an Android device, but can't get away from their Apple Watch and their MacBook. They're looking for that middle ground, right? They're looking for that.
Right. I see that.
Yeah. So, that's where I think this might be interesting. I'm sure, like Devin said, this is going to be a workaround. 100% it's going to be a workaround. But if OnePlus is already doing it and it works pretty well, it's not that crazy. I don't
know. If I have an Apple Watch Ultra, I'm not buying a Vivo.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. So I went to train today. I told you guys, and I had my Vivo X200 on my desk. Everyone's like, "What the hell is that thing?" Because the camera bump. I go, "It's a Vivo."
Massive,
a what?
Yeah.
They go, "A what?" I said, "It's a Vivo phone." What the hell is that? I go, "It's a company out of China." Why would you want that? That's stupid.
Yeah. It is pretty big. Like the camera bump on the Vivo.
Yeah, it's huge. It's not much different. It's not much different than the X200 Pro. No, but they make it feel like it really is that much better.
Yeah, it's it's an amazing camera. Like absolutely.
Of course.
Amazing camera. But you really got to be.
So we talked about Apple Watch.
Yeah.
And I know we've all been waiting and chomping at the bit. What's everyone's thoughts on WWDC 2025?
I think this article on screen captures my feelings.
Now hold on. WWDC 25 was obviously Apple's liquid glass UI. They talked about that. And we all know in Android, you could do an icon pack and make it look just like that. We get it. We're not Apple users by trade, I guess, or at heart. We may use them before, but we're not big fans. But they did make iPad OS much better.
Yeah.
They did make Vision. They made some updates to the Vision Pro. But everyone says, "Oh, they had all these Android call screening." Okay, but if you're an Apple user, you don't give a crap what Android's doing, right? So, Apple users are like, "Oh my god, we invented this." So for Apple users, this is a huge deal. But this glass design they kept talking about I did install the beta.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It is terrible. It is terrible. When you pull that notification shade down, it's terrible.
So we got a saying in Australia. Which is called putting lipstick on a pig. And
that's everywhere, not just Australia.
Okay, so by the meaning of that term is that you're essentially taking something that's ugly and dressing it up as something nice. And I don't know who in the Apple software design department went, let's make a fucking transparent design because we can't think of anything else. I honestly, I'm listen. I'm going to call this right now. This has just been misfire after misfire after misfire at Apple for the last year. I think they're in trouble. I don't think they're in financial trouble. I think they're at risk of losing their fan base and user base. And I think they're leaving in droves. Look at all the other options that are out there right now. Like that Samsung S25 Ultra, that's a phenomenal device. And you know what they did? Nothing. They updated the processor. It's got a great screen. The cameras are above average. Like them trying to just redesign shit to make it look fresh is not the play, Apple. Give us the hardware upgrades in the camera, a little brighter of a screen, some new colors like you used to do in the past. You need to stop fucking with the existing methodology, because what's happening is that, like Apple's AI, it's just going to fall into a heap and people are just going to get fed up and eventually leave.
Let me ask something. Do I sound okay? Can you guys hear me okay?
I mean, apart from the sound of your voice, I mean, the rest is good.
Oh, yeah. Well, because Josh just had a slight echo.
I can't hear an echo. I can't hear an echo.
Well, this is hard. I'm not a huge Apple guy.
Yeah.
So Android 16 came out and everyone praises it. And a lot of people are praising this too, and Devin, I don't know what your thoughts on this are, but Apple seems like
stagnant. Is that the word?
They're a $1 trillion company. They're not losing money. They're definitely not losing money. You know,
no, that's what I said. They're not losing money.
But they feel like they're. Yeah. But with that said, why are they so desperate to change everything?
Yeah,
like they've said last year we're not pushing it, which is fine. They're going to come out in a year, 2 years, 3 years, and it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if they feel like they're losing ground, because I'm sure they're losing money here and there, but nothing like Sony. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly, Devin, go ahead. I'll let you jump on this one.
I just figured they probably have to release something bad every once in a while that like really makes people mad so that they can fix it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, as soon as they fix it, now they're the heroes. Now everybody, is praising them for listening and fixing everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Conspiracy theorists. Here we go.
Devin,
I mean,
fire out there.
Ain't it? I just why else would they make these decisions?
Look, they got call screening now.
Yeah, who cares? Fucking who cares?
You know what's funny is like there's some differences between the Android version, but like who the hell calls each other anymore? Well, I don't be like that because I still do, but the younger generations text. It's social media, it's DMing, it's your inbox. It's not really about calling or video chatting, or I'm sorry. I say Google Meet video calls, but everyone says FaceTime, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have it on my iPhone. I wish I wouldn't have done it now. Not that it runs bad or the battery's bad. It's just I don't like the aesthetic.
I warned you. I was like,
it doesn't run bad. It doesn't run bad. I don't use it enough to really know. But the aesthetic is just not there. But I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, it's got like our thumbnail. It looks glassy. Yeah. It's kind of cool. But I can do that with Android. Without having a big system update, I can go download a pack. I don't know.
I just don't understand using a device like this that you can't customize. Like, it blows my mind that they still just have not. Again, at the end of the day, it's such a minimal thing. Like at the end of the day, as long as your phone works, it works, right? But like, how hard would it be to just have a toggle that says turn this on or off? How hard is it to just
it's beta.
Let me pick a color and pick where I want my icons to go and pick really?
Well, so
why is that a thing that I don't know. It just is crazy to me that this is a feature. This is a thing that you can't you don't have a choice on.
Yeah.
And that's why he talked about Darren was bringing up how he didn't think it was the most, great looking on the eyes.
Yeah.
But if you're an Android user, you don't care because that's all you're going to get and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. And that's
Right?
and that's exactly, and I mean that's why people buy it. Like,
Right.
I mean,
They want to be
honestly,
they want to be spoon fed what they want. They don't want to have a choice. They want to be told what to do. And I'm trying to be mean. I'm not trying to alienate
Yes.
iPhone users, but if you're an iPhone user, you are being spoon fed what they want you because you don't have choice.
Yeah. You know what it is for me? It's
that
not,
wrong?
no, it's right. No, you're right. What you're saying
Okay.
is right. For me, it's not that though. It's what is it? Like, who decided that this was what their OS needs to look like now? And I put this article up, and this was more of a joke. This is, this was from
Right.
the website, but it does look like early 2000s Windows desktop, and I don't think there's much you can do to fix that. I mean, sure, you can make it a little less transparent or a little more transparent, but it kind of looks tacky.
But news is like, oh my God, the iPad
Yeah.
OS is now a computer. Samsung
who
Dex has been around forever.
cares,
Lenovo
man?
does something. I wish OnePlus had a desktop UI, but still, a lot of companies have been doing this, but it's like no one cares because it's not Apple. And that's what I'm saying. It's like we can sit here and say Android's had all these things for 10,
Yeah.
12, 13 years, but no one really cares. Right?
I don't know. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, looking at just some of the renders and images that I've seen so far, I mean, okay. Like, what do you say? I mean, why? Okay, so here is where my fundamental issue lies. You've got a lot of issues still with iPhones currently, especially with their AI and all of that haven't been fixed. Why are you dropping another fucking problem? Devin's right. I'm starting to think that might be the thing. Let's use this as a distraction so that we can fix the shit that's still fucked from the last iOS OS release.
Well, I also read an article where they said they know AI is there. They just don't think it's important.
It's there. It's fine.
Like everyone's doing AI, but there's a normal, and they kind of got a point. Like, does the average consumer actually use a lot or any of that AI that they're throwing out there? It's like a bragging point. Like Gemini is amazing. Like if you use Gemini as like live talk and chat GPT, but if you look at iPhone users, they're all using chat GPT because Apple doesn't have anything. They'd be smart just to buy chat GPT. Probably couldn't afford them, but just buy them. They bought TomTom for their maps. I mean, why not? Well, probably not good enough.
I'm just lost. I mean, if you look at the misses this year, from the Vision Pro to as Apple Intelligence, like the list goes on.
Yeah, but
like,
they're still $1 trillion company. That's what I'm saying. They can miss so much and not be hurt at all.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been
in the 90s they got bailed out by Microsoft. They almost went bankrupt.
Yeah,
and now they can't make anything wrong. They could make a whole series of bad products and they would still survive.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it's been a lot of misses, like probably over the last 14 months, let's say.
I agree.
Like, I don't know. I just think it's a little bit uncharacteristic, but maybe that's just a product of.
Well, they got another big problem too. They got a huge problem. The Trump T1's coming.
I know. That's right. iPhone sales are going to drop 87%.
Trump's like, you know what? Tariff in the U.S. on iPhones, 180%. Trump T1.
Can you let's just look at fucking extra universe here for a second. Okay. Imagine the phone sells like fucking gangbusters.
Which one? The T1?
Like the T1.
It ain't
just
gonna sell.
Hypothetically. It sells like gangbusters. Fucking people are buying this shit left, right, and center. It's sold out for months. It's the Tickle Me Elmo of the
It's like a Samsung A series phone. Right? That's what it reminds me of. But anyways.
Yeah. But just imagine what that would be like. Imagine the world we would be living in when the T1 sells more than the iPhone. Like,
it kind of reminds me of when, was it Russia first invaded Ukraine and they got cut off from the entire world and they started making their own products and a lot of the phones and computers were kind of like years behind.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. And Devin, when your whole family's on the Trump plan, let me know. I want to know how, like, the quality of the sound. Do they offer like HT? Like,
you're not getting RCA there or RCS. Sorry.
I just want to know how they're planning on making this in the United States.
Yeah, me too.
Well, there's a thing called a plant, like a warehouse.
Like, is that the thing? Like, they're importing a bunch of like crappy phones from somewhere else.
Yeah,
they're just ripping
100%.
the shells off, putting a new shell on it, and then that classifies as made in America.
100%.
Can you tell me one brand, one phone that's made in the U.S. exclusively? Nothing.
Yeah.
There's no phones made in the
There's
U.S.
none.
There's none.
Yeah.
There's one company. There is a company that sells. I forget what they're called, like Freedom Wireless or something like that. And the phone's like $1,000, and it's like a Moto Edge stylus with like a Snapdragon 400 in it. You know, it's like a terrible phone. And that's the problem with everything. But anyways, we gotta get off the Trump phone.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
we really
it all comes back to the Trump phone.
It always does. Always come back to Trump phone. Now, can we just talk about something that a potential late Father's Day gift? If you didn't get your father a Father's Day gift, maybe this might work. Look how adorable.
This right here?
No, not that.
Oh.
Look how adorable this thing is. Like if I had an Apple Watch, that would be the charger that I wanted.
Yeah.
So this is iMac G3 replica Apple Watch charger.
Is that $6,000?
No, it's Spigen. It's not that expensive.
Oh,
it's
it's Spigen.
$34.99.
Okay, that's probably not too bad.
Yeah, $34.99. Look at those colors.
Cute.
Adorable. If you missed Father's Day and your
It
dad
even says
has an Apple
hello.
Watch,
Like, scroll down a little bit.
oh, it does. Yeah, you're
That's
right.
really
Sorry,
neat.
right
Yeah,
there.
that's
That's
nice.
really fucking pretty cool. So if you miss Father's Day and you want to get your dad a late gift,
You're too late.
You're too late. But you might be able to, let's just say.
Well, me and Aaron, in
help
all
out.
reality, we had plans to do a like Father's Day gifts. But
I know.
it just fell apart. We had Zach
fell
on
apart
last week, which was great, but Darren wasn't there, and then I seriously made a list, and I'm like,
Oh no, you didn't. Did you
I
seriously?
was looking up for days. It's all right, no big
But-
deal.
What I'm getting at is Father's Day was last week, and there were some pretty good deals. I didn't really. I mean, I saw little bits and pieces here and there, but that one caught my eye just because it's so different, a little bit of a retro vibe going on there. Now, this article I found here is especially for Devin because I want to get his take on this one. Devin, who is into PCs.
I already know what
and
it is.
So, Razer is launching its first mechanical keyboard, but you got to bring your own keys.
Mm-hmm.
Which are pretty readily available.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is
So
normal.
So this is pretty normal. So basically, called the Black Widow V4, which for the record is a fucking amazing name for a keyboard. So basically,
I have a Black Widow right behind me over there.
oh, there you go. All right. Is it Scarlett Johansson?
It's like 12 years old. It's not this one, obviously, but
This is
I
the
use
fourth
ROG.
version.
I have an
Yeah.
ROG version. Sorry.
Mine is one that has buttons on it. So this is the Black Widow V4. You have to bring your own keys and keycaps, but you get the Chroma RGB design of
So
the
BYOK, huh?
That's
No, BYO, not BYOK. That's keyboard. Oh my god.
yeah, bring your own keys.
BYO
Yeah, being your keys. I guess
AC,
that works.
yeah. Keys. How much it's selling for at $140 for the regular version or $60 for the bare bones version. Is that an affordable price, Devin, for a mechanical keyboard?
Yeah,
That's about
Now,
right.
even with your own keys?
that's depending on how far you look, like that's on the cheaper end.
Yeah.
Like you probably won't pay less than that to
Yeah.
build your own keyboard, mechanical keyboard. So I have no idea how like quality these are.
Yeah. But
This is a ROG. I don't even know how to say the name. Something Ace. It's a mini version of it, and it's got RGB. And this thing was about that price.
right.
And it's
okay.
probably not even that great of a keyboard. I'm not a big keyboard geek. I don't care about it works good. But I would say this is nice. So $140 comes with keys, but the bare
not
bones
bad.
version is $60 cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that's bad. And you can pick what I'm going to assume Razer's going to offer you. Hey, here's some keys that we'll sell you. And then obviously there's a huge market for keys you can buy elsewhere, depending if you know what kind of button they are.
Yeah, you can see the in the other picture down there, they have their colors of key
right there,
switches. Yeah, so those are the classic like Razer switches colors.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll clearly be selling their own switches. They'll be selling their own keycaps and that kind of thing. But yeah, I think they're just trying to get in on this trend of building your own keyboards, being able to customize them. Lots of companies are doing that. that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Corsair just actually announced a pretty customizable keyboard and stuff
Really?
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to get away. All of a sudden, most of the gamer like gear has started getting a really bad rap because it's the same kind of thing as like, the pink tax on a lot of like products.
Yeah.
How it's just like more expensive because it's pink. That's what a lot of gamer gear has come out to be, is like,
Really?
is a lot more expensive just because somebody slaps the label gamer on it.
Right.
So I think a lot of these
Right.
companies are finally trying to like differentiate themselves and like actually make a quality product
Sure. Yeah, sure.
versus just, slapping gamer on something. And
So,
Well,
Devin,
I'll
let me
be
ask
honest,
you-
Darren.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about the Xbox handheld.
No time for that. No one has an Xbox. Let's be honest. It's a garbage device. All right?
Okay. Anyways,
PlayStation's where it's at.
it's an ROG device like he's already got. So that's why I thought you were going to bring that up.
Well, what I was going to ask
like
Devin
this one
actually.
right here,
No,
Oh.
the real Xbox one.
I know. I mean, it's not
The
out yet,
Z2.
Yeah,
but this is the one that I have.
oh, yes.
Oh, I got the OG Steam Deck, and I'll be honest, that thing has been
I got the
Damn.
Go S, the Legion Go S, or is it
So that's
2? I don't know what
the-
the fuck it is.
Yeah.
One of those.
the Go. Didn't they just release a Steam Deck version of that?
Yeah, I think it might be that one.
Mhm.
I haven't opened it yet. I just got it like 2 days ago. It's
You
in my,
son of a
it's in
bitch.
my cupboard there.
Yeah,
Oh,
they,
oh,
they
that's
just
got the
released
Z-
a couple versions.
That's got the ZA1 or what? I forget what the chip they call it.
I have no
Not the
idea.
Z2
Who knows?
Extreme, but
I was going to ask you, Devin, how important is a keyboard when it comes to building a PC system? Like on a scale of 1 to 10. Like 10 being if you don't have the best, you're a loser. 1 being you're garbage.
I think that to be honest, I think a lot of that is like personal preference, right? Like at the end of the day, if you're having fun, if you enjoy the keyboard and the mouse that you have, like who am I
Yeah.
to say that, you don't have whatever. I have very recently been enlightened to the like build your own mechanical keyboard like community. I did a lot of deep dives into YouTube and forums and different things. And I have a couple of, I also was the person that like got one and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going back to like a regular keyboard after you
Yeah.
get something like this. And then I got sent another keyboard and all of a sudden I was like, oh, they're like different. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, I really like both of these. Oh no, now I understand why people get multiples of them.
Yes.
And now I've got the keyboard on my desk. And now I've got this one over here. And now I've got
Oh,
the
that's
one
cool.
that
I
my
like the
wife
colors.
uses.
Fancy.
Dude, I actually really like this one. This one's awesome.
you know what's
It does
funny
not
about
have,
keyboard? Like-
keycap, printed on it.
Yeah,
It's got
so-
these the side printed.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot.
Keyboards are an interesting thing. When I grew up, we had the big, huge, clicky keyboards, and that's kind of what people want again.
Want now, yeah.
And
Love that sound.
I've been buying even the one for my streaming. It's like some cheap that came with the computer, and I don't care because I'm using it for streaming. I'm not gaming. But
Yeah.
once you actually use I'm not saying expensive, a nice
A good
keyboard.
Yeah.
Holy crap! It's like a mouse. Like people don't think about it, but when you're gaming, that extra DPI can make a huge difference when you're
difference, yeah.
aiming. And I remember asking Devin about mice, and I ended up buying one that you didn't recommend. But it's been amazing, like
Yeah.
just to be able to.
As long as
you
you
don't
find
notice
something
it till
that
you're
you
actually
like.
playing. Yeah, it's.
I'm going to be
crazy.
honest with you. So the mouse that I'm currently hooked up
He doesn't
with,
even know,
yeah.
Brian.
No, I had to look it up. So I've got my whole computer system here is like a Lenovo Legion system. So the
Which is a
keyboard's
great
Legion.
system.
Yeah, the PC's Legion, the monitor's Legion, even the mouse was Legion. But I couldn't stand the mouse. It was
Uh-oh.
too big, too bulky, too clicky.
I love you, Lenovo.
Yeah. So I replaced it with, I think it was $12 on Amazon. And it's like a shitty battery powered. You have to replace
Yep.
the batteries all the time. It's not even USB-C rechargeable. It's perfectly silent and very comfortable.
And
I
that's
could
what he was talking
not
about.
change it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you build a computer, you buy what you like. You don't have to
Yeah.
go out and buy, I need the most expensive gaming
No.
graphics card or this, that. You buy what you can afford and what you can work with.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not speaking for Devin. For me, like I built expensive PCs. I built really cheap PCs. For me, it's been like kind of a medium of both.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like my gaming PC's got the Arc
B580.
Yeah, the B580, and it's been fantastic for me. But I know there's more powerful stuff out there, on the cusp coming out. But you buy what you can afford and what you want to work with, and it's been
what works for you. Yeah,
exactly. Now we got one last article I want to talk to you guys about, and I want to pair this with something that so someone's been doing a bit of a deep dive into this article here, and I'll pull it up on screen. So you guys know that YouTube has been fighting ad blockers for some time.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're kind of taking it to the next level. So they're, in their way to prevent people blocking ads on their platform using, I guess, ad blocking devices and things of that nature, VPNs, etc. They're threatening to slow down your videos if they find that you're trying to easily block their content.
Good for them.
When they say slow down your videos, like the speed that it plays back, or the like,
I'm going to say
buffer,
I'm going to say both. To be honest with you, it wasn't very clear in the article.
Look,
but
as a YouTube creator, and I'm not big at all. Honestly, if you're not paying for YouTube Premium, I mean, isn't that the trade-off you make?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you might have seen this pop up, like on if you are someone using an ad blocker, which is like experience interruptions ? Find out why, and then basically it takes you to a link.
It's just like piracy. You can go download every movie if you want, if you know how to do it, but then you're not supporting the people that make it, the writers, all that stuff. So I mean, I don't know.
So the reason I bring this up is because I've been following a YouTuber. He goes by like Destiny 653 or some stupid name like that on YouTube. But he's been doing a test to see if it will deliberately slow down his video using different ad blockers. So I don't know, Jason, do you use an ad blocker?
I do not know.
No, Devin?
Not on YouTube.
Not for YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't pay for premium. I'm cheap.
I pay for premium, so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah.
But see, you guys are paying US prices. I pay Canadian prices.
What's Canadian price for you?
I don't know, like $30 a month or something. Who the fuck?
Jesus.
Yeah. So this guy's been doing this test.
No.
Yeah, $3. But he's been doing a test of all these different ad blockers to see which ones would get slowed down versus and get this message. And he did this video. This was a video that was released just the other day on his YouTube channel. And oh fuck, hang on. 1 second.
I'm gonna have to block Darren, aren't I?
I feel like I had it. You know what? I had it queued up. No, I had it queued up, and then I closed the window. Give me 1 second here. Sorry, it was an accidental click press there. Hang on.
It's not gonna be a Mac and me, is it?
No, I don't think so. Hang on a second. 1 second.
Devin, I feel like a Mac and me's coming. Didn't you do that? Hell no.
Loaded on YouTube. It's been a while since we've seen this kind of video on our channel.
Devin, we'll just block Darren out for a little bit. Did I call that or what?
You did. You did.
All right, I put your fire out, didn't I?
You did. That was my big finale. You ruined it. Everyone wanted to see that Mac and Me clip. I haven't seen it in months.
It seemed like it was slowed down. Are you using an ad blocker?
I was using an ad blocker. That's a super weird part. I was trying to figure if it would do it for me, but it didn't. I had to actually run the ad before I played it because it was giving me an ad.
Oh, that was your delay. So. Not the fact that I called you out.
Yeah, there's that. So, but yeah, I mean, it's an interesting concept. I know for a lot of people who don't pay for premium YouTube, ad blockers.
So I have 2 accounts. Obviously, I have my YouTube where I create. I don't pay on that one.
Yes.
So, but that's where I watch most of my YouTube, like on my mobile device.
Yeah.
And there are a ton of ads. But that part of me is like, well, that's the trade-off. I'm not paying. You go to any streaming, even Amazon Prime, Peacock, they all have commercials that
Amazon Prime is the worst now. Like,
I'll be watching a movie and it's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
But even Disney does it now. It's you can pay for more if you want, but you're going to be paying.
I'll tell you a funny Amazon Prime story. So I'm watching a show with my wife the other night, and so we're watching it. And ad
Voyeurs
comes
with
on.
Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah, it was. Yes, that was just for me. But I'm watching it. And anyway, so it comes to an ad, I'm like, I ran to get a glass of water, came back, the ad had finished, it started playing again. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot something. Pause. I run back into the kitchen, get a bag of chips, whatever I needed. I come back, hit play, and it fucking runs another ad. Right after that, I just paused it for 30 seconds.
You know what the worst part is? When they have the
Yeah.
clock. 120
Yes.
seconds. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Like, you watch it, it takes forever. Do
Yeah.
you guys feel the same way?
Have you ever paused a YouTube video and then like turned off your TV and then come back the next day and it's still paused? Like you did, like the streaming
Yes.
box was still on. And then
So-
you go to hit play and then the ad is like 4 hours on YouTube because you
It depends. On my mobile
Yeah.
device, yes. But on my YouTube premium account, no, I don't have that.
Yeah.
What I like about the new Google TV, I don't know if it's YouTube across
Yeah.
the board, is that if you're watching a video and you're like, oh, I gotta go to bed, turn it off. You turn it on the next day and it picks up where you left off.
Right left off there, yeah.
That's
Which is kind of
that's
really
a
cool.
premium feature. Is
Oh,
continual play or something. What do they
are
call
you a
it?
premium, Devin?
Yes. I watch way too much.
Now, do you have a
YouTube.
family plan or a
Me
single
too.
single plan?
Just the single right now. But the good thing is any like sub account that you make on your premium account has premium. So like my
Ad
daughter
Aaron.
has well, the thing is you still have to log in like with my credentials, right?
That's fine.
I have one Google account with multiple YouTube channels. So the
Yeah.
good thing is I still have to log in for my daughter. But she has YouTube Premium. She just has to use one of my
I can't.
other YouTube channels.
I
Right.
see, because like my kids all have my same account. It drives me nuts because everything they watch shows up on your For You
Yeah.
page, and I'm like,
Ruins the
"Oh."
algorithm.
It's not like they're
Yep.
watching weird. It's like
Yeah.
to me, it's weird stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like the
Yeah.
music. Oh my
Yeah.
god, K-pop. I do not like K-pop.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
No.
you gotta
Really a K-pop
you
fan.
have to just create.
Look, I'm
them
gonna before we
their
get
own
off.
basically YouTube channels.
My daughter has been into this song called "Gnarly" by Cat's Eye. Never even heard of the band.
Boy.
It is weird.
Don't.
Don't
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
play it. I'm not gonna play it.
don't play it because it's not very. It's the unedited version is vulgar.
So can we just say that that's Jason's Monday night song suggestion? Gnarly by
We
Cat
do pick a
Eye.
night every night where the girls get to pick their own songs
Yeah,
and they can run around, dance, whatever they want to do.
fair
And
enough.
that
Jason
song
dances
drives-
in his bedroom in his underwear to it.
Oh no! I dance to Gnarly for sure.
All right, fair. Well, listen, guys, that actually brings us to the end of today's episode number 19. We are rolling through our episodes this year. But thank you very much, Devin and Jason, for joining us on the today's show. We are going to be back Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern, for another. That's a lot of news in 1 week. It's been a busy week. I think we'll be okay for stories for next week, but
I hope so.
I hope so. Otherwise, Jason's just going to sing off tune for an hour and we'll just hum along. But anyway, if you are catching us after the show, we are on Apple Music, Spotify, Good Pods, YouTube Music, everywhere you find good podcasts. We do this as a labor of love. So reach out there, like, subscribe, check out Devin Does Tech as well and 2&A Tech on YouTube and One Cut Reviews if you're looking for a great place to find some good product reviews. We would appreciate your support. So on that note, we will leave it there and we will catch you on the next one.